Yeah.
Oh, that's
Maybe
fine.
a couple minutes early. Sorry, we're a couple minutes early on this. I'll send you the link now. Oops. Wait, where? Oh, there you are. How we looking? Because he texted me. How we looking on time? Oh my goodness. This is ridiculous. Redonkulous.
What time is it? Is it 5 o'clock? It is not 5 o'clock.
It's not 5 o'clock. It's close, but it's not 5. Ooh, you want to look at my capability statement with me?
I do.
Look, isn't it pretty? Makes me feel like my business is a grown-up now. My business is adulting. See?
Ooh.
Party. This party.
God damn it. I should have used
What?
a warm water. I don't know how to work. We just get lit.
Or we try anyway. Okay.
So we're gonna go with plan A.
Okay. I like plan A better anyway.
Okay. That would be my father texting me for the link.
I just sent it to you.
Phenomenal. Okay.
Gotta redo that invoice. Okay. Sorry, guys. Woo, we're here. Okay, I'm getting us some tequila shots. Hold on. So these are the little mermaid tail shot glasses that the lovely Chris bought me for Christmas.
Para Navidad.
Mm-hmm. So Chris, what did you just finish doing?
I just finished writing a bunch of papers.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
Tons of them. We love the written word.
One for you.
Oh, love.
I don't know. I haven't measured them. I don't know if this actually holds a shot or if that's like.
Tell you what, it'll hold it enough to get us pulled over.
Yeah, exactly. It's enough to make a dent. All right. Sorry, guys. Started this a little early. I should have clicked schedule, and instead I clicked go live. So, yeah. Cool. Are we Snapchatting?
No, this is the Instagram. I still gotta.
I know. I gotta put my IG up too.
Okay.
Chris has the cool tripod. My tripod's kind of. I have the Gorilla Pod. I mean, not that that's not wonderful, because it is. It's just, you know.
Can scooch in a little more, or you could scoot to this side. Yay!
We got 4 cameras going now, peeps. So
Okay. Adjusting this one.
Charlie might make an appearance tonight. He
Um,
told me he misses being on camera. So, but right now he's sleeping. Hey, I like this angle for us. The Facebook, just in case you guys want to go hop on Facebook instead, the Facebook is also, it looks good. What can I say? Okay. Here we go. I should put a filter on this. I'm going to. This is a cool one. I've been really into shooting film lately, guys. Like, we're going analog with this shit. So, hi.
Hi, everybody. We are live on everything now.
Wait, and checking connection.
Hi, Dylan.
Hi, Dylan.
Hi.
Who's Dylan?
A friend of mine.
Hi, Dylan.
Okay. And we are on. We are live.
We're live everywhere. Cheers.
We are thriving. We are popping.
Cheers, mofo. You know what we forgot?
What did we forget?
The
questionable.
Yeah. It still has Polaroids of us in here.
Oh, yay.
I never took.
We love everlasting memories.
Yep. Something. I was proud of it. Probably nobody will care, but doing this whole like analog film thing lately. I got an Instax, and then I got all jiggy with it. So I like took the film. It comes in these little film packs, right? Like these cartridges, and I like punched the back in and let light in on the sides, to like early or super expose the film.
Yes.
And then I got these little light leaks on my pictures, like here on the bottom here. This one's got like a little rainbow leak.
I think that's such a wild thing to say, a light leak. Like, I got a little bit of light accidentally in here.
Like it wasn't supposed to be.
Right.
Hi, Lou Jam.
So, welcome back, everybody. We were gone for like 2 weeks, and we missed all of you. But I assure you, we're back consistently with the tequilas every Tuesday, as we said. Looking fly as ever with the queen.
I love your shirt.
Thank you. It's Amazon.
It's sick. It's amazing.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I'm wearing all black. This is like a cardinal rule not to break. To not wear all black on camera, but I had a shoot just now. Oh, I shot for Jimmy E's Bar and Grill in Long Beach.
Our episode 2?
Our episode 2, yeah, where we live streamed on our second episode. They're awesome and amazing. And we just did our first like shoot. We're gonna be doing social media and video monthly now, and I'm so excited. The shoot was also excited. Yay! Thank you. It was really good. We did all of some St. Patty's Day specials, and that's something we should talk about at some point is batching content. How to batch content. Because it's a whole thing. But yeah, so it was really fun. Look how cute we are. Look how cute we are in our little pictures. Oh my God, show the people. Look at the pictures. It's the pictures. I found the pictures in the bowl. He's so cute. It's so cute. Aw. Except I screwed this one up and it's only half your face.
I'm half cute.
But he's even cute when it's just half his face. See? So yeah, that's why I'm in all black.
So, Erin.
Yes, Chris.
Would you like to do the honors?
The stirring or the picking?
The stirring. Oh. I haven't stirred anything up in quite a while.
I know. Yeah, you stir it up every day, Chris.
I know. Check my DMs. I'll tell you the same. Okay.
Redonk.
So, our question for the day of this Tequila Tuesday do be, can I expect direct ROI from my social media spending? Right.
That's a big one.
That is a big one.
I feel like that's less of a question that we get and more of like an assumption.
Yeah, for sure.
That we have to gently train people out of.
Okay, so for everybody who doesn't really understand the question, so the question was, can we expect direct results from our marketing spending, right? So here's what we need to talk about for spending on marketing. The amount of money you spend does not particularly reflect results entirely. And the reason is because part of what you're spending your marketing money on isn't the results. Part of what you're spending your money on is to get it seen. You know what I mean?
Eyeballs.
A large amount of the things that I look at are the impressions and the locations it reached, as well as the audience depth in terms of like if it reached like a couple thousand people, or if it reached a couple hundred people, you know what I mean? We're not entirely looking for engagement like we are on social media. We're not entirely looking for comments. We're not looking for likes. Sometimes we're not looking for leads and things that go into your website that funnel into your contact channels or funnel into any campaigns that you have. What we're mainly looking for at the beginning stages of it when you spend your money is with the amount of money we spend, how far can we expect it to go? And then from there, we readjust the money, right? So I said it in a previous video, But a good amount to spend for this type of thing on the lowest end is about $50 on Facebook or Instagram. Definitely like a good $50, yeah.
Boosting, right?
For boosting.
You're saying boosting, not on actual ad spend / ad creation.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Because actual ad spend, like Google ads,
Yes.
for example, you can get by on like $12 per whatever. However, one thing that you are doing on Google ads and other ad creation services that you are not doing with a post or a boost is you will be dealing with cost per click. You know what I mean? Cost per clicks could be something as low as like 0.001 cents, or it could be like 3 cents a click. I've seen things as high as 12 cents a click. You know what I mean? And that's what racks up your bill. So if you're like a really popular brand, if you're a really popular person on social media, if you're a really popular company, you're probably going to want to boost instead of ads, maybe only because if you're like really popular and you're going to get a lot of cost per click, you can expect your bill to rack up so fast. So like, for example, I just put together a client who got the $12 package from the Google ads. Now the Google ads charges him the Googlies. They charge him,
our Lord and Savior Google Christ,
about like $348 for the whole month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where it's capped at, because the results are kind of progressing as the campaign goes. You know what I mean? So you set the cap limit to about 300 or so, but you can easily go over that. Like there's no protections if, let's say for that $300, for that $12 package, he got like 100,000 more clicks than he thought he was going to get, right? That could translate into like an extra $100, $200 easily on top of the monthly cap. So you think you're going to spend like $12 a campaign that engages through to equal $300 something a month, and then you get that extra attention that you did not intend on getting, and then you add 200 on top of that, then you're at like 500, then you're like 200 over budget, and then it just kind of like spirals out of control, and you got to like reallocate your whole overhead. You know what I mean?
And that is why you want somebody kind of doing it for you, at least initially. I mean, overall, you kind of, because as it gets more intense too, you need someone to be monitoring it and to be able to. It's easy to kind of get lost as it snowballs. So the video side. So the video does increase engagement though. So and although that's not a direct like ROI correlation, it is one of the things that we're seeing the ROI actually come from. So I mean, like the bottom line is top of mind advertising doesn't produce direct return on investment. And top of mind advertising is based on impressions. It's not based on conversion. So social media is top of mind advertising, and it is based on impressions, not conversions. That's what a like is, right? A like is not necessarily an impression. A like is still an action, but an impression is the eyeballs that you got on it. It makes an impression. And therefore, when you're putting money into social media marketing, unless you're doing ads, well, even when you are doing ads, but you're really paying for the impressions, you're not paying for direct ROI, you're not actually paying for conversion, right? That would be like paying a salesperson. So paying a salesperson is going to result in direct ROI faster than social media, possibly. But the interesting gap that social media bridges. Why are you looking at that?
I'm sorry. I'm looking at her question.
I was like, I feel like there's danger. I should pay attention. But the reason like social media bridges that gap, right? Because you can still directly sell, whereas with a commercial on the TV, you can't really directly sell anything. No one can click the TV and like go grab your, know, whatever your amazing griddle or machine or whatever it is you're selling. But they can call, but they can't directly interact with the platform. And that's why social media is even a step above commercials and print ads, right? As far as conversion is concerned, it's not direct conversion. It's still impressions. It's still top of mind advertising. That's why you can't expect direct ROI from it immediately. but it is still bridging that gap now. We have something that does bridge that gap, whereas before when we were kind of just in TV and radio and print land, we didn't have anything to interact with. So that's why if you're going to put your money into something, everything will go up and down every year, right? Like print ads. I mean, I'm hearing that like direct mail is getting hot again this year, right?
Yeah.
Which is weird because we're in the middle of a worldwide pandemic and you touch the thing.
It's because customizable boxes. We're going to talk about that on another episode.
That's why he's the data guy. But seeing things like that, various forms of advertising are going to go in and out of efficacy and of vogue, right? But social media doesn't really. And that's what we've found. Oh my goodness, did my internet just stall out? No, okay, I saw myself freeze on screen. I panicked for a moment. Sorry. So yeah, that's the ROI question.
Right. So we got a new question from my friend. So he says, with that $50 that we were talking about on Instagram, he says, what do we put for the how many days? And so, yeah. So here's what I'll tell you. If you have nano influencer numbers, that is numbers that are 1,000 or below, then if you have $50 to put towards a boost for your how many days, I would set it to a week. Because if you're a nano influencer, odds are that you're not going to have long-standing campaigns. Because the thing about nano influencing, like that data set I was showing you earlier, 80% of your interactions are going to be people close to you, right? So
in your community, in your local, like your physical community.
And that's what makes nano influencers like myself so interesting, just because all of my attention comes from everybody close by that I interact with. So I'm not going to ball out for longer than a week on things that I post because everybody will see it in at least 3 days. So if you're trying to have like a good like week type of content for yourself, like this is so-and-so whatever a week, then I would definitely say $50 for a week and then end your campaign there because you're not going to grow from it. You don't have enough money to make sure that thing keeps going. And, you know, you're not going to get that growth factor that you want. And that's not even supposed to be your vibe. That's not supposed to be your arena anyways. You know what I mean? Nano influencing and people with very small followings, 5,000 or below, everything needs to be kept on like a week to 2 week basis because you've got to understand it's really about if you're a big brand, if you're a big name, if you're someone with a high following, it's going to take people longer to discover you. Even though you get like a lot of people following every day, it's going to take longer to be discovered than it is somebody who only has 1,000. You know what I mean? Because people who only have 1,000 or under 5,000, they could rely on word of mouth to get it much faster. Whereas people who are like, on the East Coast with like 1 million followers who have like a really funny video, but it would take it a while for it to travel this way to California. You know what I mean? Like it's going to take longer for that success of your video or your content. You know what I mean? And that's something you just don't want to bank on. So $50 for a nano influencer or somebody with 5,000 or less, I would say 3 to 7 days for a campaign, and then you got to switch topics, you got to switch content, you got to move on to another vibe because you're just not going to ride that train. For sure.
Do you want to try one? Do you want to try one more question?
Yeah, we could do one more question.
Your turn to pick.
Yes.
Or I also have one that somebody. No, we should put that. We should write it down. Put it in the bowl.
For sure.
We've been trying to do this because sometimes we forgot to put in the questions that people ask. Okay.
Absolutely.
This makes me nervous. I always get like a little like.
We love anxiety.
We do?
Ooh, this is a great question for you.
Okay.
How long should a social media video be?
I like this one. So the limit is 60 seconds. Really, the limit is about 58 seconds. If you're editing, we gotta be very specific as editors. On Instagram, sometimes if you make it exactly a limit, for some reason the algorithm will recognize that as too long. So and it will try to cut like the end off, or it'll try to shorten it. So or it will try to post it to IGTV. So that's another good point. So you don't have to keep it at a minute. But a minute is going to show up in your feed. The whole video is going to show up in the feed. Whereas if it's longer than a minute, it'll say, do you want to post the long video to IGTV or do you want to post a portion of this to your feed? And you can choose. But the logical thing would be to put it up on IGTV. The problem with that is that sometimes, depending on what type of account you have, some of those videos don't cross post to Facebook.
Right.
So you're going to have to post it to Facebook on the second, that's going to be a whole nother thing. And also the IGTV, obviously, hi. The IGTV, obviously, hi. Chef Matt's on. Chef Matt at Jenny Eves is on. Obviously, you are going to see a little clip in the feed, but when you're scrolling, right, like sometimes you see those few seconds and you're not necessarily going to go click on that IGTV and be like, oh, let's watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do an IGTV video, if you're going to make it longer, if you're going to make it longer than a minute, if you're going to make it longer than like 15 seconds, it has to be really engaging in those first 3 to 5 seconds for anybody to click on it and actually see the whole thing.
And you know what? The data shows that if people have to click the see more or the swipe ups or things like that, or the click throughs if you post something in your story, the data does say that the more people have to do that, the more consistent they're going to drop off, and the higher your video drop off rate when people starts watching. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and this is why you need to work with someone like Chris if you're a content creator. So like there's different types of content creators, right? I create more for people and less for my own Instagram. It's just that's my business. Like that's how I create. That's how my art, right? But no matter what you're doing, whether you're an influencer or you're creating for other people's brands or you're creating just for your own brand. If you have, I have friends who have their own businesses. They make things or they have a service and they only create content for their own business. But regardless, you need to work with somebody like Chris. You need to have somebody on the data because it's a night and day difference. I mean, like our clients, like what? Bruco, Big Nick's, like everybody can tell when, as soon as he came on, the engagement jumped up.
For sure.
Because someone who understands how to read the data and analyze it can tell you what shots should be in the first 3 seconds in order to get your audience to keep watching. And that's how you increase that drop-off rate. The drop-off rate, I mean, is kind of staggering. It is somewhere between 5 and 8 seconds on most videos without trying to use data to lengthen it. So that means that people are only watching 5 seconds of your video. For like everything that you did, that whole message that you put out there, all of it, right? Like everything you worked so hard to do. If you're not constructing that first 5 seconds of that video correctly, people are not going to keep watching it. The majority of people, it's something like an 80% drop off rate, right? Yeah,
80% drop off in like the first 4 seconds. Absolutely. Because you know what? Another thing too that people don't think about, preview view rates. Preview view rates are the first 3 seconds of your video before people turn their volume up on their phone after having their phone on silent. As they're doing their very quick scrolls and then like the video just so happens to be moving. You know what I mean? Those 3 seconds of content are really crucial to capturing your audience. And then you got to figure out how to keep people below that 8-second drop off rate. Because after that 8-10 seconds, that's when you get the whole, would you like to see more message? You know what I mean? So like you really have to maximize the first 3 seconds and then you have to maximize that next 4 seconds after you get their attention, stopping to scroll, stopping to get their volume up, stopping on the whole like explore page. You know what I mean? Like it's really like a good 7 seconds you have to make a good impression.
And how do you do this? So you're going to notice a lot of people, the big ones, you use graphics. You use graphics in the beginning. You use what people call disruptors. So whether those are animations or funny little words, you speed something up and then you reverse it. Anything that's a disruptor that the viewer is going, oh, la-da-da, oh, whoa, what was that? Right? Anything that catches their attention. The other thing that you'll notice is a lot of influencers have started talking faster in their videos. And there's a big reason for that. Because if you're talking faster, the person has to pay attention more. The person has to try harder. It's also more engaging. It's a fight or flight response. When we're watching a face, the faster it's moving, the longer we'll watch it. It's again kind of like, I don't want to get eaten by the saber-toothed tiger. That's really what it's playing on. It's playing on your fear response. But it works. It works for social media. And I would, in closing on this, I would say that just also remember that like, everything we've just said you kind of have to throw it out the window though too, because as important as drop-off rates are and as important as the length is, the number one goal is you want to keep it engaging.
Yeah.
And just go back to, if you have enough content and you have a lot to say and it is engaging, then say it all. Like, by no means, don't kill your message. Like, don't dumb down your message just because you're trying to make a video short, right? Just because you're trying to like play by a rule. But by the same token, also, if you're just trying to stretch it to like make it a little longer, that doesn't work. That's, the data says that doesn't work.
It makes boring videos.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to sit through it. It feels rushed. It feels gross. Don't try it.
And at the end of the day too, worry less about getting it perfect and more about getting it done, because always keep in mind that, and I get stuck in this for my own accounts, because when you're posting on the fly, it's a whole different story. But just always remember that, putting something up there is better than not putting it. As long as it's refined, it speaks to your message, right? Putting something up is still activity. And activity is what gets you SEO off of social media. So.
Bobby said we're so knowledgeable.
Bobby! It's Bobby! I miss you, Bobby. Hi, Bum's on a boat!
So listen, fam, that is all the time we have today. But feel free to send us any more questions. Feel free to talk to us, reach out to us, visit our websites.
And please let us know what you'd like to see. We're trying to get a little lineup as soon as we're okay to start being around people again.
Yeah.
We're getting a little lineup of local people in our community who are also in marketing, who we would like to have on the show and talk to them about their experiences. So please let us know who you'd like to hear from, because we know, we're all in this community together here, at least in San Pedro. And, if you want to hear from anyone in particular, we'd like to have them on the show. And then also anything that you'd like us to cover, any questions you might have or topics.
We got a lot of things to cover, but we really want to cover what you guys want to hear.
Or if we screwed something up, let us know.
For sure.
All right.
Ooh, but we got to finish our shots.
I was hoping you would. Thought maybe you'd forget. I mean, the glass is clear and the liquid is clear. So
almost got me. Almost got me.
Jesus.
All right.
Yeah, we forgot a mixer this time. We were
did.
short on time, and it just didn't.
I hope Mexico's proud of us. Okay, we gotta go find something to like. But thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, friends on Instagram and YouTube. Love you guys.
We'll be back next week. Good to see y'all again. Bye.
Bye. Oh my gosh, I'm about to be in trouble.